Hi everyone, welcome to SWETHA'S English Hub. Hope everyone is doing good. Today I'm back with a new lesson from 10th class, first unit, C reading. I will do it. If at all anyone did not subscribe my channel, try to subscribe SWETHA'S English Hub. Let us go into the lesson, C reading. I will do it. The name itself, I will do it, means if we strongly believe that I will do something, then definitely we will be able to doing something. Okay? For example, when your dad objects you to ride a bicycle, but unknowingly you take the bicycle, go here and there with the friends, with somebody else, you try to ride the bicycle and finally you learn it. Means the zeal that I will do it is this lesson. Then let us see. This lesson is written by Sudha Murthy, a very noble and humble personality. Let us go into the lesson. He was short. He was sharp. He was the brightest boy in the class. His seniors used to ask him to solve their difficulties in science. He could have gone unnoticed in a crowd. But once you asked him a question related to physics or maths, there was a spark in his eyes. He could grasp theories of science faster than the speed of light. So, he's a short person, but he's a sharp person. Here, sharp means it's not the sharpness of the knife. Intelligent. He is a very short person. Short means putty. He was the brightest boy in the class. Brightest means intelligent. His seniors used to ask him to solve difficulties. Being a junior, his seniors means his higher grade classmates. They used to come to this person and ask him to solve problems related to maths and physics. So his seniors, being elder than him, being in a higher grade, they used to come to him and ask to solve some questions related to physics and maths. When in a crowd, means in a group of people, in a crowdy place, first only we got the information that he is short. So being short, he is unnoticed in the crowd. But whenever a question is asked which is related to maths or physics, then he used to grasp it and he used to answer as fast as the light. So how fast the light travels, with that speed he used to answer the questions related to math and physics. He came from a poor but educated family. His father was a high school teacher and an avid reader of English literature. He, like all the boys in his class, was trying to get an admission into some engineering college. The brighter ones wanted to study in Indian Institute of Technology or IITs. There was an entrance test for IIT. This boy, along with his friends, applied to appear for the test. They did not have any special book or coaching. All the IIT aspirants would sit below the shade of a stone mandap close to Chamundi Hills in the sleepy town of Mysore. He was the guide for the others. While the others struggled to solve the problems in the question paper, he would smile shyly and solve them in no time. He sat alone below a tree and dreamed of studying at IIT. It was the ultimate aim for any bright boy at that age, as it still is today. He was then only 17 years old. So, as a young boy, he came from a poor family. They are poor, but the family is of educateds. They are educated. His father is a high school teacher. So, father being a high school teacher, definitely he will focus on the education of his children. And he is good in English literature. And This Narayan Murthy, he likes all the boys in his class. And everyone, after finishing their intermediate, they want to get the seat in engineering colleges. Being bright students, so definitely the bright students, they want to get in topmost colleges like IIT, IIM. So here the Narayan Murthy and the other children, they did not go for any coaching center, because here already it is mentioned that they came from a poor family. So they can't afford the money for their coaching. So they used to study under a stone mandap. So near the Chamundi hills, there was a stone mandap. Mandap is nothing but it's a stone construction. And there he used to sit and study. Whenever somebody asks the question, slowly, shyly, he's a shy going person. So shyly he used to smile and he used to solve the answer and give it to the friends. And to clear this exam and to get seat in IIT was his dream. Definitely a young student and a bright student, intelligent, definitely they'll be having dream to be a student of IIT. So he was just 16 years old. The D-Day came. He came to Bangalore, stayed with some relatives and appeared for the entrance. So the date for which they are waiting for is the entrance of IIT. So the day has come and he went to Bangalore. He stayed in some relative's house and he wrote the entrance to the IIT. He did very well but would say okay when asked. It was the opposite when it came to food. When he said okay, it implied bad. When he said good, it implied okay. When he said excellent, it implied good. His principle was never to hurt anyone. So the date has come and he went there, he gave the exam, he did excellent performance. But whenever someone asked him, he used to tell just okay. Means he don't want to tell himself more. He don't want to advertise about himself or he don't want to praise himself. And his principles were what? Not to hurt anyone. That is the main quality we have to learn from many great personalities. In the previous lesson also, every success story is a great failure. They were hurt many times, but they did not hurt anyone. So, great persons have these qualities. The IIT entrance result came. He has passed with a high rank. What a delight for any student. He was thrilled. He went to his father who was reading a newspaper. So the entrance is finished. After a couple of days, the results of the exam was released and he was passed with a good percentage. Then he went to his father to tell his results. That time his father was reading a newspaper. Let us see what happens next. Anna, I have passed the exam. Well done, my boy. I want to join IIT. So he went to his father and told, I have passed the IIT entrance. Now I want to join for IIT. His father stopped reading newspaper. He lifted his head, looked at the boy and said with a heavy voice, my son, you are a bright boy. You know our financial position. I have 5 daughters to be married off and 3 sons to educate. I am a salaried person. I cannot afford your expenses at IIT. You can stay in Mysore and study as much as you want. So, when Narayan Murthy went and informed his father that he has cleared the exam, then he told, yes, well done, my boy. Okay, congratulations, like that. And when he told, I want to join IIT, then his father, who is studying the newspaper, he left the newspaper aside and just he looked his head, raised his head and looked towards his son. And in a heavy voice means in a painful voice, my son. So in a heavy voice because he can't afford the expenses of IIT. My son, you are a bright student. You are a brilliant student. You know our financial position. What is the financial status of our house and our family? I have five daughters to be married. I have to get married for five daughters. And I have three sons to educate. I have these many responsibilities. I'm just a salaried person. I get a little salary. With that salary, I can't send you to IIT and I can't get married for all the five daughters and give proper education for the three sons. So I can't afford. Okay? I'm unable to spend that much of money on your education. You can, if you want to study, I don't object you to study. But if you want to study, you can stay in Mysore and whatever you want to study, how much you want to study, you can study, but only in Mysore, but not in IIT somewhere in Bangalore.
That's all for today. This is part 1. Let us continue the remaining part of the lesson in part 2.